Hello and welcome to the show. Studies show the average American will change careers at least once. And if you know me, you know how much I love to showcase women who shifted from one area of their lives and pivoted into their passions. My first guest today made a switch in her career at 50. Dr. Eugenia Jacobs quit her 20-year career as an OB-GYN to birth her lifestyle brand, Just Jeannie. Her platforms offer curated experiences, lifestyle tips, and inspires individuals to transform their own lives. Welcome to the show, Dr. Jacobs.
Well, thank you.
I know it's Just Jeannie, but I feel like I still need to respect the work that you put in to get to that point in your career as well. Because it started with delivering a whole lot of babies for years.
It did.
Let's talk about what you were doing and when you realized that there's some other things I still want to do.
Well, I have been was delivering babies, taking care of women and for years and loved it.
Yeah.
It's not like I didn't like it. I really did.
Yeah.
But there's a part of me that I knew that needed more. And I knew I did not want to get older and just continue to deliver babies, making everyone happy, but dying with a baby in my arms, you know?
Ooh.
And I've had colleagues who, that's all they did all their lives.
Yeah.
And they left this world, that's all they ever did.
And it was, we're looking at pictures of you and one of the babies, one of the millions, I have to imagine, that you have delivered. I think it's the first teachable moment there, is that it is okay to love what you're doing and being able to have the gift of bringing children into the world,
right,
and still recognize there's still more that I want to give birth to.
Exactly.
Was that a hard to break away from the comfort of knowing what you do and how to do it?
Initially, yes. And you know, the reason is because a lot of people put that guilt on you. Oh, you went to school forever. You know how much money you spent on your education? What about all the time? What about this?
People said that.
Yes,
Friends, family.
Everyone who kept saying that to me. Like,
Yeah.
you're going to leave this and do what? I said, I have to. I have to live for me.
Yeah.
I have to become who I'm supposed to be. I have to use the talents that I was given.
So was there, so I have to say, your departure was rather,
yeah.
what's the adjective?
Let's say shocking,
Yeah, you
abrupt.
made it a point to make a statement here. Let's
did.
talk about how you quit and in the moment why you decided to.
Well, the quitting, it built up. Basically,
Wait for the buildup, because it's coming through a door, right?
yeah. I knew that medicine was changing. It was becoming more corporate. I couldn't really take care of patients the way I wanted to. The politics behind medicine was getting difficult. We had the vaccine issue. Now we had the Roe v. Wade issue. And I just knew it was just too much.
You felt like it was going to put you in a situation where you had to make some decisions you weren't
that
comfortable
I was not
making.
comfortable with.
Okay.
And the environment was just not right. And then COVID comes. And I'm sitting in the OB triage, and there's a young lady who's pregnant, 31 weeks, with COVID. She's hypoxic, low oxygen, baby's dying. She won't wear her mask. She wouldn't get vaccinated. She was screaming, kicking, cursing at me, cursing at the staff. She actually hit us, me and a nurse. She didn't want us to treat her. She was like, this is all a hoax. I'm not gonna do anything. I don't care if you get it. I don't care. I don't care. She kept screaming this.
Yeah.
And I was like, why am I sitting here taking care of someone who does not care for herself? She definitely doesn't care for me. She doesn't care for her own child. I have a family at home. They needed me. And my husband's a physician too. So we're doing everything during that time.
Right.
Not to bring COVID home to our own families, you know?
Yeah. So, which explains some of why you chucked
Yeah.
the mask and everything, the coat, and put it in the trash, right? It was sort of symbolizing, was it for you? Like a final moment?
It was
like,
a final
I'm really
moment.
done.
I was done. I mean, I stood up after, we got her transferred. She did have a poor outcome. I talked to my, lead physician. I said, listen, I'm done. And I said, I'm done. Nurses knew I was done.
Yeah.
And they couldn't believe it because some of them worked up for years. And so they filmed me coming out of the labor unit.
As we look at some of these pictures of your family, your husband, your beautiful kids, what was their reaction? Like, how did you tell them? I mean, the kids are obviously a little bit younger at that time, but for your husband in particular.
My husband actually had said to me like years ago, he said, we get into a point where you can go part-time, or if you want to quit, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Again, that voice, people saying to you, oh, are you crazy for quitting? Even my colleagues, you can't quit.
Right.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do? People say, oh, what are you going to do? And I said, I know there's something I need to do.
And you loved cooking and decorating.
Yeah.
I hear your house is the finest on the block around the holidays, right? This was something that was kind of brewing.
Yes, it was brewing. For years, I've been happy homemaker, the Martha Stewart, as my friends would call me. So that was my calling. I just kept coming, and I was also selling real estate. I had a passion for selling homes, buying homes.
So rewind that back.
Yeah.
You, as the kids say, when did you get the real estate license? When did you make the time to create that?
It came like 7 years prior to all this. And the reason is because I believe that everyone should have a home. Own a home. Home ownership was a big deal.
Right.
At one point, I practiced in Louisiana where the home quality wasn't what it should be, and people couldn't afford homes. Everyone was renting.
Yeah.
So when I moved to Louisiana, when I first finished residency, I actually bought a whole bunch of homes, and I didn't know what I was doing. I just had a banker who helped me. I bought them, renovated them, I gave some away, and I rented them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's what started my spark.
So I have to believe then that there was some financial preparation, right?
Yes.
Let's talk about how important it is to have a plan before you walk in and say I'm done. Because there was a lot of preparation for this.
There was, and it wasn't necessarily for quitting. It's just planning for life events. My husband and I, we didn't have children until we were in our 40s. So we knew we got to plan for these little people.
Right.
They're expensive.
Yeah.
So, there for years there, we only lived on one paycheck. I saved mine for like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
No, about 5 years. Just putting away for kids that we knew we were going to have. So I already had that mindset that I could live below my means if I needed to, and how to save. We also had, I own a practice, so I had established a relationship with bankers. So I had lines of credits.
Right.
That I could use.
Part of that is what you use to create a line of candles.
Exactly. So I was ready. I didn't know I was ready, but I was ready.
Yeah.
So when I stepped out, I was like, okay, what else? What I'm going to do? And, my love for making my home beautiful and crafting and cooking and just teaching, it all just came into my lifestyle brand, Just Jeannie.
Give me one quick lesson that you had to learn. Either was how to market, a skill, how to get the new skills that you didn't already have.
Well, I had to hire help.
Yeah.
And with AI and all the automations and stuff, hire the help that you need. And I think that's what stops a lot of people from going on and moving to the greater things.
It gets hard.
Because they get so overwhelmed. Well, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You stepped out, get that help.
Yeah.
And you can easily find it on Fiverr, Upwork, and it's done.
Yeah. Don't be intimidated by the hard stuff,
Exactly.
right? Sounds like that's the lesson.
And nothing's going to be perfect.
That's
Just get it done.
Yeah, there's never going to be an exact perfect time, right? Good conversation. All right, up next, you're going to meet aspiring actress Rita Parker. She started her career as a payroll specialist, but she landed her first acting gig when she was 58 years old. And you're never going to guess where she got that first gig. Stay tuned for her backstory after the break. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I really want to thank you for season 3 of Portia. It's because of loyal viewers like you that we keep getting to share this daily dose of positivity all across the country. So just a reminder, I still need you to like, comment, and subscribe. And go ahead and tell your friends. You can catch us now in Orlando, in San Francisco, in Atlanta, and all across the country on Fox Soul. Tell your friends. We'll see you soon on Portia.